Hey everybody, my name is Noah, welcome back to the show. It's been a while since I recorded a video. It feels kind of weird. If you couldn't already guess, my last three videos actually were all pre-recorded content. I have an explanation for this. First of all, that's kind of just how the schedule worked out. Like, I scheduled my videos for the year. And, like, don't get me wrong, it's not like a set-in-stone schedule or anything like that. But, like, I scheduled my videos for the year. And then I realized, like, oh shit. 3 out of the first 4 videos of the year are all going to be pre-recorded content. And I plan to actually change that. I plan to make it so that, like, you know, one of those videos would be, like, new content that I didn't already record. But then I got sick. It's not what you think it is, don't worry about it. It was just a cold, but it was a really long-lasting cold. Like, I had a cold for like a month, and I don't understand why it lasted so long. So, I'm better now, and I'm ready to make new content. And we're coming back strong with an It's Canon Now. The show where I just talk about things. Maybe they're recent stories, maybe they're just things I want to bring up because,
fuck you, it's my show.
And of course, we can't forget our roots, can we? We can't have an It's Canon Now without a good old can of Monster. So if you haven't already heard, MCR, announced that they were officially doing like a world tour basically. So far they've only announced America and Europe. I don't know if they're gonna do more or if that's just gonna be it. But yeah, so they're doing like a whole tour. They're doing a whole American tour and a European tour. It's funny, when they announced the tour, the video they used to announce the tour, the first thing I thought of was new album. Because listen to this and tell me that this doesn't make for a perfect album intro. Do you not think new album listening to that? Like, that's the first thing that came to my mind. But no, it was instead a tour. It wasn't a new album, it was a tour. Although, new album, still not out of the question. I actually remember me and my friend were in a Discord call, ready to buy the tickets, and they sold out in like an hour. I'm not talking about like the tickets that me and my friend were getting. I'm talking like the whole tour was sold out in like an hour. It might have actually been like 3 hours. But it was also, you also have to consider the fact that the tickets for each show were sold at different times. Like, they started selling them at different times. Like, I remember the tickets for, like, Texas venues were sold, like, an hour later after the Florida venues. That makes sense, because time zones and everything. So if that weren't the case, if all the tickets just went on sale at the same time, I can guarantee you it would have sold out in, like, 30 minutes. Now, you might be asking, Niall, didn't you already talk about this story? Didn't you already talk about the MCR reunion? Didn't you already speculate, correctly, might I add, that MCR was going to go on tour and everything? Didn't you, like, isn't this already a thing you talked about? Yeah, you'd be correct. I already talked about this. And I wanted to talk about it again, mostly because I wanted to brag that I got tickets.
Just wanna.
I got tickets to MCR. Not only that, not only did I get tickets to MCR, I got tickets to, I got pit tickets. I got general admission to the MOSH pit, right in front of the stage. Ooh, feel jealous. You know, okay, so what happened basically was, like I said, me and my friend were on Discord getting tickets together. At first we just got like seated tickets off in the nosebleed. And we were like, that kind of sucks, but, you know, we are going to see MCR still, so, you know, it's fine. And then about a week later, he texted me saying, yo, Sam, you down to do a pro gamer move with me? I said, what the fuck are you talking about? He sends me a screenshot of Ticketmaster's, like, MCR page, and it shows that there are general admission tickets on sale on the site right now. And so it was like, okay, here's what we do. We sell our tickets, and we get these. General admission mosh pit tickets. and now we have tickets to be in the pit. And I was like, this is big brain time. And now you might be asking me, Niall, how much did pit tickets cost? Well, a lot. yeah, no, they broke my bank pretty hard. Like I was broke for a hot minute after getting these tickets, but it's worth it. So for the next story, Ori and the Will of the Wisps came out, and you might have heard of it, you might not have, I don't know, because it seems to be like Ori and the Will of the Wisps seems to be like relatively popular, but at the same time like a little bit more underground. I just want to say that Ori and the Blind Forest is such a criminally underrated game that it's actually infuriating. Like, if you haven't played Ori and the Blind Forest, I highly suggest you do. It is absolutely It is an absolutely phenomenal game. Like, one of my favorite Metroidvanias ever to exist. I think the only one that tops it is Dust and Elysian Tale. And no, I'm not a furry. For all you people who have played Dust and Elysian Tale, I'm not a fucking furry. I just really like Dust, and I don't mind the fact that it's furry. The only complaint I have about Ori and the Blind Forest is that there's no... Like, the combat system is very weak. All you have is your little fucking, like, this little fairy behind you that shoots sparks at enemies. That's all you got in terms of combat. Other than that, it's a platformer, like, by all means. But Ori and the Will of the Wisps, on the other hand, completely fixed that one crucial complaint I have about Ori and the Blind Forest, because they actually do have a combat system. Ori has claws, he has a fucking sword. He's still got his little fairy that you can use to use spikes, but he's got a sword! Ori and the Will of the Wisps came out on March 11th, I think, Wednesday, as we're recording this video, and I played a little bit of it. I haven't played all the way through the game, but holy shit, it is absolutely fucking phenomenal. The only complaint I have about it is like a few bugs and like technical problems and everything like that, and those can be patched. Those can be patched in the future. I really hope they are. But other than that, the game is absolutely fucking phenomenal. I can kiss this game's ass all day. This wasn't originally one of the stories that I wanted to talk about, but I just want to slip it in here because I don't know if I'm past 10 minutes yet. Another game that I can kiss the ass of all day, Final Fantasy VII Remake demo. The full game isn't out yet. It doesn't come out until April, but the demo, holy shit! It's only got about like an hour or so of gameplay, but from that hour of gameplay alone, I could tell that when this game comes out in full glory, it is going to be like game of the year, game of the decade material. I don't even care that the 2020s just started. Final Fantasy VII Remake has game of the decade potential, hands down. I feel like I'm a lot louder today. It might be on account of the caffeine shakes. What do you guys think? And for our final story, we're going to be talking about some Pokemon news. I realize I haven't really given an update on Pokemon yet, because all of my content this year so far has been pre-recorded. I have actually played Pokemon Sword and Shield, and I kind of have to eat my words a little bit, because the game is a lot better than I thought it was. Obviously, everything I said about like animations and texture quality and everything, that stuff still stands. All of that's still valid. I don't take back a single word of what I said in those past videos. But the game is a lot better than I thought it was, than I thought it was going to be. And yeah, so I'm kind of eating my words a little bit, but also I stand by everything I said in the past. So there's your little update. You might have already heard Pokemon is releasing expansions. I can't even think of the word to describe this. It's like unprecedented. You know what I mean? Like Sword and Shield is already pretty unprecedented with, you know, the decks being cut, for instance, and the fact that it's a Pokemon game on a home console, like a mainline Pokemon game on a home console. It's, you know, Never been done before. They've always been on handheld. And don't come to me with that shit about Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee being mainline. I've heard that argument like so many fucking times, and I'm sick and tired of hearing that they're mainline games. They're fucking not. They're spin-offs. Don't come to me with that shit. Not only is Pokemon now on the home console, but now they're releasing expansions for the game instead of just releasing Pokemon Gun or Pokemon Trebuchet or Pokemon Spear, Sword 2 and Shield 2. I don't fucking know what they would go with. But they're actually not doing that. So there's no point in thinking about what the next game is going to be because they're not doing that. They're releasing expansions instead that are half the price of a full game, arguably add more content than any of the enhanced games ever have, and, put old Pokemon back into the game that were previously cut. I'm actually pretty happy about the expansions. I think they're a great idea. The fact that, I don't have to pay full price for a new enhanced game, instead I can just pay half the price for an expansion. The fact that I don't have to start the game over again. The fact that I can just kind of jump in and experience all the new shit that they're adding into the game with these expansions, without having to start over or anything like that. Let's be honest, the concept of enhanced games is entirely outdated and should be eradicated from the entire gaming industry. Just kind of milli rock that shit out of here. Toss it out the fucking door. What was that milli rock shit all about? I don't know why I did that. So yeah, that's the end of today's video. Hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I know this was kind of a weird, It's Canon Now episode, because I talked about things that are very inconsequential, largely. I just talked about, games and, MCR's tour. But in all honesty, it's been a very slow news week, just because, everyone is talking about nothing but the coronavirus, and I don't give a shit. And also, by the way, the next 3 videos or so are all gonna be Destiny related, because I have an itch to talk about Destiny. I've come up with 3 different topics to dedicate whole videos on, and I figured, hey, let's throw all these 3 topics into one part of the schedule so that we can make it Destiny month or some shit. So yeah, the next 2 months is gonna be Destiny month, even though it's 2 months, but whatever. And I hope to see you all in the next video. This is Niall, signing out.